We were so delighted to be able to present this amazing stage production for its world premiere, the Conference of the Birds, here at the Broad Stage in Santa Monica. This is Farhang Foundation's first collaboration with the Broad Stage, and it's been a wonderful to have sold-out audiences come and greet this amazing production. Really inspiring to see the work of Attar being presented by a cast of non-Iranians who are so inspired by his work. I gotta thank Fahad Siadat for composing this beautiful work, and Sholeh Wolpé for writing and translating it, and of course André Megerdichian for the choreography. It was really a beautiful journey and so important in this current climate to talk about unity and togetherness. So we're proud of this production and we congratulate everyone.
Searching for the great Simone. Looking for the great Simone.
I have to say, I am ecstatic. The performers were stunning. They brought themselves. You know, it's you know when you have a wonderful conversation with someone and you wake up and hours have gone by and you just don't know how that happened. And I feel like that's what the performers did. They engaged in a way with the audience, and the audience engaged with them. And I feel like we all just went on this journey together, and I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to them. I'm so grateful to everyone who came. I think from the first time a human had a thought, they felt that they needed to belong to something greater than themselves. And when Attar composed this work or wrote this work, he was speaking to the dawn of humanity, to the dawn of consciousness. And, you know, it happened in the 12th century, but it was way before that. And I think it was waiting for all of us now to feel that need. And Sholeh translated that work, Fahad composed it, and I created the movement, and the dancers and the singers embodied all of that. But it wasn't us, you know? We were just here for it to help, I guess, bring it into the world. So it's not ours anymore. It's not ours, right? It's yours. And so I feel like the creation of the work, we were lucky enough to be the 30 birds that arrived at the end. And, you know, who we merged with was the audience.
If you can find your way to the ocean, why rush towards a drop of dew?
I'm just so thrilled that the cast, this community of people that we've built up around this piece, has been able to share this experience finally with an audience that gets to be part of the story with us. For me, the message of this piece is at the heart of why we're artists in the first place. It's why we came to the arts and practice art, is to experience this story and this journey. And so Attar's particular telling of this soul search for truth, we've been waiting to do this show and tell this story for years. This is our first major opportunity to share this piece and our work with a much bigger audience than ever before. The Broad Stage took a really big chance on us. We're a small company. We're artists in the beginning of our career, middle of our career, and they didn't know who we were. But they heard little samples of the music. They heard us explain what the story was and what we wanted out of it. And they said, we want to take a chance on this. We want to amplify your voice and give you a platform to share this with people. And I'm so excited that we get to really share it with hundreds and hundreds of people. And I think this is just the beginning of the journey. So in some ways, the thing I'm most excited about is what's going to come next. We're already planning on taking this around California, around the country, internationally, and this is just the first step. And I think this was the perfect launch. I couldn't have asked for anything more.
Tonight was a dream come true. It was our premiere, the premiere of our oratorio, movement-driven a cappella oratorio, The Conference of the Birds. And the composer and I have been working on it for many years. And we brought in André Megerdichian to choreograph and direct it. And tonight was very exciting. We got a standing ovation, which is wonderful, a great nod to our work. This is a work that we need right now in our ever-darkening world. It's light coming through light. It's about joining the ocean, which is چون به دریا می توانی راه یافت سوی یک شبنم چرا باید شتافت. If you can find your way to the ocean, why rush towards a drop of dew? That's basically the message. It's a message that lifts us, is soul lifting, and we need it. The exciting part of the journey is this collaboration, to be able to bring Attar's work from the 12th century Iran, transport it to another language and culture, rearrange it creatively, add to it, subtract from it, and then work with very, very talented composer and choreographer to bring it to life in a way that is very universal. That's something that does not belong to one culture or another, one language or another, but to humanity. As Attar says, unity is only possible in diversity, and that's what I hope we have done here.
We don't typically present things here that we don't see first, and we had to take a little bit of a risk to bring this work to the Broad stage. We did that because we were convinced that the creative talent within the team that was producing this and creating this work had integrity, and in talking to the creators over time and how passionate they were about this work, it really became clear very early on that it was a risk worth taking. And so it's really exciting to see that risk pay off tonight. We just experienced a really exceptional evening of the highest artistry, the most complicated and wonderful choral work and arrangements I think I've ever heard, perfectly suited for the acoustics of our hall. And, you know, this piece, I think you can take a lot away from it. What I take from it is that it's a story of healing, of a search for peace. And I think that message is more important today than maybe ever before. And we couldn't be happier with what just transpired inside.
I think that was one of the best transformations of a literary piece from Iranian literature, and the way it translated into movement, music, and a cappella, actually, song, and the choice of the poetry. I thought it was brilliant. It was one of the best performances I've seen from a literary piece of Iranian literature. That's what I can say. And it was type of a performance that when you hear about it, as this was the first time we came to see it, when you hear about it, you don't know what to expect. But when it actually ended, I was blown away. I was taken away. And I just thought it was such a beautiful combination of sound, poetry, lyrics, and the choice of lyrics by Sholeh Wolpé was great. So was the music, and the performances were brilliant.